Hey, it's Chris here, also known as Manifest from Smart Music Business. I help thousands of artists market their music online, and I'm also a full-time rock and hip-hop artist from Toronto, Canada. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about persevering for this dream of doing your music. I was in Russia for my first show in Russia in Moscow, and it was me and my buddy Joe and my buddy Mike, the guitarist and drummer. We flew in, we were super excited. They're paying us really well, covered our flights, and we got the intro music playing, and I run on stage at the cue point to just rock these faces off, and all of a sudden there's no tracks. And my buddy Joe's not playing the drums, Mike's looking around like what's going on, and the crowd's just like kind of anticipation, even holding up Canadian flags, and we're just like, it was like so awkward. And it was frustrating, right? Because it's like you want to put on a great show and all this stuff, and then you're just like, and it just kind of steals the wind out of you, right? It's kind of like it knocks the wind out of you for a second. Well, we went off stage, we fixed the tracks, and then I'm just thinking to myself, like, man, that's really embarrassing, that sucks. And it's just like, you just start to get that doubt and that fear, right? And that's where you just gotta brush that junk aside. And I ran back up on that stage, performed for a good hour, signed autographs, hung out with the fans, and I think we had another show in Ukraine. And I just wanna share that, like, look, you gotta keep fighting for this thing, and things are gonna go wrong. Things are not gonna work out the way you planned, and that's okay, as long as you know this is a marathon and this is not a sprint, okay? This is not a sprint. And because I remember this other time, we had a showcase in Nashville, and this is when I was like trying to get signed, and we drive from Toronto, Canada, all the way to Nashville. It's like a 16-hour drive, all right, and we're trying to get on this hip-hop showcase. And I remember I got accepted, I'm on the showcase, and I think it started at like 6 or 7, 8 o'clock, I can't remember, but there's lots of people, lots of artists, it's a packed room, and I'm like asking this guy, like when do I go on? He's like, oh, you're going on later, And I slowly watched this place like be fully packed, awesome night, and then it slowly started to die down, and there's still more artists performing. I'm like, dude, when am I on? Oh, you're going on soon. I didn't end up going on until like 11:30 midnight, and there might have been two people there, guys. And my girlfriend or my wife, I can't remember, I think she was my girlfriend at the time, she's my wife now, talked about how long she's been supporting me. She was just like, I'm sorry, Chris, I'm really sorry, because it's like you're waiting around all day, you're all excited, you want to be heard, you want people to see you rock the mic and hear your songs and get signed or whatever it is, and it just does not work out at all. And I remember being really bummed out. I hadn't been skateboarding as much, so I wasn't really that good at skating, and that really started to bum me out because I was really chasing this music thing, and so I was at a really low point where it's like music wasn't really working out, my skateboarding skills were just starting to diminish. It's just like, just life sucks right now. And that's where I want to encourage you that, look, fighter isn't someone who never fails, a fighter is someone who never quits. And just like marathon runners, you do need to develop that second wind and that inspiration, and your why needs to be really big. And sometimes all you have is your dreams to hold on to at those moments of frustration. And that's why I want to give you a free copy of my book, Fighter, 5 Keys to Conquering Fear and Reaching Your Dreams. When you join Fanbase University, I'm going to send you a free copy of this, and then I'm also going to give you access to a whole bunch of video training courses, plus get to coach with me twice a month on the 12th and 24th of every single month. I jump on and I train you and answer questions, and I share my screen and I critique your stuff, and I just give you that support and that encouragement, because nobody does this alone, okay? Nobody does this alone. So go to fanbaseuniversity.com, sign up, and you get a free copy of this. It's only $29.99 a month. You can quit anytime. See if it's for you. See if I'm your guy. I want to share another story with you, though, and this is another story at the beginning, and I can't remember if we were signed yet or not, and it's so funny, I say signed, but just because I was signed doesn't mean anything, okay? It means one person believes in you and they put your record out. Doesn't mean I was going to sell thousands of records or anything, but yes, it gave me a little bit of oomph, you know what I mean? So anyways, we drove like 6 or 7 hours to this show. We were booked for some show in the U.S. in the middle of nowhere, Midwest. I don't know if it was Ohio or Indiana or Iowa. I can't remember where it was, but we drove, and it was me, my girlfriend, or my wife. I can't remember because it was so long ago, and my breakdancer buddy. And this is before I had a big band and all that stuff, right? And we drove all the way. We get to the venue, and we don't see the promoter. And there's some random dude there. We're like, hey, isn't there supposed to be a show tonight? We're supposed to do a show. And he's like, yeah, I think that dude puts on a show here. He opened up the door. And so we set up our banner and set up the merch table and all that stuff, started to do sound check. And it turns out that the promoter's gone. He's like, dude, he's on vacation with his girlfriend somewhere. They're like gone. I'm like, what? And so it's like there's no show, right? And we're just like, oh my gosh, like this is unbelievable. And so we're like, okay, so we pack up and we just get out of there. And we're kind of ticked off. I was frustrated. We joked around on the mic a little bit. I think we freestyled and just goofed around. They're just like, let's just get out of here. And I can't remember where we're going, or if we had another show or what. But I remember after about 2 hours leaving that show, we were like, crap, we left up our banner. And we left the big Manifest banner that we normally had behind us. It's just like, you know, no show, don't get paid, no dinner. I can't remember if I think the guy gave us like 15 or 20 bucks gas money just to say, hey, I'm really sorry, dude. I don't know where this guy is. And it was just like, okay, another reason why I need to keep fighting. Another reason why I need to hold on to this dream and just keep thinking of where I can be. All right. And you got to understand, the battle is up here, guys. It's up here. If you can win over the fear, over the doubt, over the rejection, over the crap that happens, and realize that this is a journey that you got to keep fighting for, you're going to make it. Because so many artists quit. They stand in line, they go through all this hell that I'm talking about, and they're just about to have that breakthrough, and they get up and they walk away. They say, forget it. Say, no, I just can't do it. I can't take this. But is it worth it for you? If it's worth it for you, you'll stay in the game. If it's worth it for you, you'll get the education, you'll get the inspiration, you'll surround yourself with like-minded individuals, and that's why I'm trying to encourage you to join Fanbase University. That's why I want you to read this book or listen to the audio of it. I did it on Audible, I think. But I want to send you a free copy of that. Go to fanbaseuniversity.com, and I want to remind you that a fighter is someone who never fails. A fighter is someone who never quits. Hey, you've probably gone through even worse hell, worse things than me. And you probably have an even crazier story than I do. Lots of stories, right? And you're like, who's this, white rock rapper guy trying to talk to me? But there's one thing I do know about your story and how both of our stories are the same. And that's that our stories aren't done yet. Your story's not done yet. Why? Because you're still watching this video. You're still listening to me. Because you're still writing your story. So write through those pains. Write through those difficulties. Write through those hard times. And promise yourself that you'll never quit. For me, during part of my tough stories, I had to write Jesus into my story. I became a Christian. God changed my life. And that's part of how I learned to keep fighting. Because in Proverbs it says, even though a righteous man falls down 7 times, he gets up and goes again. And that's the same for you, girl. You're falling down, get up and go again. You face rejection, somebody ripped you off. Keep going. Hey, I believe in you. I want to see you win. It doesn't matter what religion or whatever you're at. I just want to see you crush this. I don't care what kind of music you make, what your background is. I just want to see you win. I believe in you. Sometimes you got to believe in somebody else's belief before your own belief about yourself kicks in. All right.